You'll be relieved to hear that this is not in the anthology. It's a piece called Identity Theft. I wrote it largely for this evening. It all started with his Facebook page. There were a number of strange posts that he didn't recognise. I mean, I say recognise, what I really mean is that he didn't remember posting them. They weren't out of character entirely, but he rarely posted anything at all, so they were a bit of a surprise. He decided to check his Instagram account to see if there was anything wrong with that, but he got the forgotten password message. So he went to find his wallet. In his wallet, he kept a little card with his passwords. Not the most secure, but it's easily available, and they were in code as well. So it wasn't really obvious what they were. He couldn't find his wallet. Now, like most of us, he was a creature of habit. There are only a few places he kept it. In his inside jacket pocket, on the shelf by the front door, in his back pocket, maybe in one of the coats that he'd been wearing. Only a few options. So he exhausted them pretty quickly, checked them again, and then started looking at other possibilities. He tried to retrace his steps through the day and had a little difficulty remembering what he'd done, so there was no luck there. Maybe it was just one of those days. Anyway, apart from the passwords, he didn't need the wallet immediately, so he resigned himself to the fact that it would probably turn up in some unexpected place later on. And he decided to make a few phone calls instead. He couldn't find his phone. Same thing. Checked all the usual places, same result. He tried ringing it from the landline, but with no success. He decided he must have been distracted and put it down somewhere in the house, probably with that other thing. He racked his memory for what he'd done, where he'd been in the house, but he couldn't remember anything unusual. Then, when it came to his keys, he realised it might be serious. It seemed unlikely, but maybe somebody had got into the house. He checked the windows and the doors. There was no sign of any damage at all. And it was time to cover himself. If he'd been robbed, then his cards had gone. Potentially the information on his phone had gone. And his home was vulnerable. If the insurance was going to cover anything of this, then he needed to report it to the police. He phoned them from the landline, but just got stuck in an endless chorus of your call is important to us. So he decided that a visit to the police station was necessary. But without his keys, he had to leave the house open while he was out. It was a risk he had to take. Now, he'd never needed to go to the police station before, but he pretty sure he knew where it was. I mean, after all, he lived in the area for quite a while. But he must have taken a wrong turning because he found himself in unfamiliar streets. And in trying to find his way back, he lost track of time, and at that point, he realised he must have left his watch at home as well. Anyway, he did finally enter the police station. He walked in and up to the desk. Good afternoon, sir. What can I do for you? I want to report a number of things that might have been stolen. My wallet, my phone, my keys. They've all gone. And when was this, sir? A moment's thought. I'm not sure, really. And where did this happen? Another hesitation. I'm not sure of that either. I see. So, let's start with the basics, shall we? Your name and address. And they have gone too. Just a thought about the relationship between the reader and the writer. I wrote that as a kind of side-on piece about identity theft, the logical consequence of somebody losing their passwords, their bank account, their keys, their wallet, etc. And then their name and address. It had all been stolen. but everybody who's read it or heard it tells me it's about dementia.